Alright, what's up everybody? This is Zacharias. We are back again with more Avadon 2 The Corruption. Let's continue on here. Exploring this part of the area. Where we are meant to find the Wandering Eye. And yeah, I had to back up and made sure I save here, only because of how we clearly were going to get immediately attacked by monsters in the area. But it's all good because we are strong enough to take them on, clearly. I like how they have a tendency to go for my leader here, of course. Although he went for Lita that time. I still love all the sounds that the undead and creatures like that make in this game. Ow! They do have the ability to slow down, of course, but at least they're not like super strong or anything. Okay. I would never melee with my Tinker Mage, but we do need that leveled up in order to get these leveled up, so that's the only reason why I leveled that up in the first place, but that's pretty much why I do that. You enter the ruin. These low chambers have been abandoned for many decades, though the wall carvings and smoke marks left by the occupants are still faintly visible. The floor is covered with years' worth of dust and mold, which makes the tracks easy to spot. Someone has been living here, a human or humanoid. The marks are recent. Okay, well, before I go up a ladder and stuff like that, let's just continue to explore down here. Although that path is blocked off by rocks. We just got some giant rats over here. Okay, so that was pretty much just another way in here. Okay. Well, let's just head up that ladder then. I do like exploring all the sections that I can still. A creature lurches at you out of the darkness. It is pale, pink, and damp. It has 2 legs, 1 big eye, and flesh that twitches and bulges in disgusting ways. You are familiar with the Stalkers, children of the warp magic of the corruption. But these things aren't supposed to be this far east. This would explain why it seems to be falling apart. Its skin is cracked, allowing green ooze to seep out. You will have to solve the mystery of why it is here later. Its single eye turns to you and begins to glow. You hack the stalker into pieces. Then, as you watch in horror, the thing's flesh knits back together, forming several smaller but still equally hideous small stalkers. Okay, so that was that. Although I have a feeling we'll see more of those in the future. The box only contains one thing, a letter written in hand so shaky you can barely decipher it. You manage to read it. To who finds, weakening fled, lost, worse horrors follow, must create, must feed. Return to corruption, fast return where diseased. Hope horrors follow me, do not stay here. Dymus, proud eye of Avadon. The fate of an eye in Avadon? Someone is sure to be interested in this information. Okay, so in the meantime, let's explore more of the area. So we killed a deserter so far. We got more information on an eye. We have also uncovered most of the area, but let's explore the right side before we head over to the left. There is a stone circle in the clearing ahead, not a copy of the stone code built by the Cava. It is a Wild Realm circle. Such circles are used for astronomical measurements and meetings of political import. Nobody is currently present. I'm glad that Kalita can tank a lot here. Even if she is getting like poisoned and hit frequently, but that's kind of what you want anyway. Because a lot of your other characters, especially if you have like a sorcerer in your party, your sorcerer would definitely take a lot more damage than your blade master would. Yenna Ruin. It looks like a cave settlement, crumbling and abandoned. It's probably the remains of an ill-fated and ill-considered attempt to settle the Blackwood. Now the buildings are overgrown, but they have not been abandoned. There are faint tracks, human and animal, heading in and out. A lot of rats. Hooray, even more loot to sell. Thought I was gonna sell these wands, but oh well. At least, Desric has something he can use right now. Well, now would be a good time to summon a turret. And stop backing up already. We'll do that and that. In this clearing on the far side of the ruins, you find the stone code. The buildings are shattered, but the code remains. The Cava make these stones very durable. Kalita walks up to one of the stones. He starts to read a section. It's up to date, yes. She returns to you. Sorry, Malik, I needed to consult something. What were you reading about? Kalita looks mildly shocked. Malik, that is a rude question, I'm afraid. Reading the code is a private business. Would you want everyone to know what law you were worried about breaking? But never mind. It is unimportant. Apologies for the delay. We can go. Actually, before we go in here, can we go in this room? No, we can't. Oh, I know they were after me, but I still wanted to take a moment. I still wanted to take a moment to look around real quick. But nope, we can't do that. We gotta fight these fools. Oh, God. Okay, maybe we can give this to Dedrick, so he has at least has a better staff. You round the corner and face the leader of these rebels. He is the shaman of the Wild Realm turned against the pack. He doesn't waste any time trying to parley with you. The moment he sees you, he raises his arms and begins to chant. The rebel leader raises his hands to the ceiling and lets out a howl. His appeal is short and piercing. He calls to nature for aid, and his cry is soon answered. The rebel leader falls to your blows. You see that he wears an iron key around his neck. You take it. Okay, nicely done. We took care of some rebels. Okay, so nothing we need here. Although this charm of nimbleness would be good on Dedrick. Alright, Staff of Recovery. Ooh, that's actually a better staff than for Dedrick, too. We'll sell the Mage's Staff since he already has one for Yannick later when we can. So yeah, that was just access. That key was just access to a room of loot. So, all right. In the meantime, let's head up back over to Rock Ridge. Give a look. Give a couple of updates here. Those rebels weren't for a quest or anything, but we did manage to get some stuff done. I found a place where Dimas was hiding. She left a note saying she was going to the corruption. You describe everything you learned to Esme. She takes some notes. Seeing her take some interest in her work is kind of surprising. Well, the corruption. This is unusual and perhaps dangerous. She removes a wand from her desk and hands it to you, along with a pouch of coins. I am grateful. This is a modest reward, but more is to come. What happens now? Now I'll make inquiries. Come back later and I might be able to direct you to your next destination. Okay, we level that up. Make those stronger. And let's go ahead and update Corral on the killer, or who appear to be the killer at first. Wand of Lightning. Okay, that's actually a very good one, so we'll hang on to that. I found out more about Karem. Someone told him to flee into the corruption, and he did so. You tell Corral everything you learn. How odd. Someone purposefully directed him into the corruption, and then try to kill you? Normally, this would be the end of the matter. The corruption will give Karim as lavish a punishment as the Wild Room ever could. And yet, I cannot let this matter rest. Give me some time, I will need to determine a course of action. Oh, and a hand must receive a hand's due. He gives you 3 crystals. Now, please leave me. I have little time and much to learn. Do those make those stronger? Any news of Karim? Not yet. I have sent messages, made inquiries. Please give me more time. Is there anything I can do for you? Oh. No, it doesn't look like anything else I can do here for now. So let's head back to the pie. Well, first I want to see what additions are in my house now, since it's been a little bit. And the good news is our house just happens to be right here. Okay, so this definitely looks a lot better now that we have all the furniture and stuff like that. Once again, you enter the basement, and once again, the icy wind brushes past you. This time, you're sure. It's not a draft, there is something down here with you. And then it is gone. The basement is still and quiet. Just another of the endless hassles that come with home ownership. Alright, so let's head over to the pylon now. We'll recharge. Make sure our vitality is good, yes. It doesn't look like we have any quests right now we can do. So with that in mind, let's just head over to the trap lair now. You check your map and find that, yes, indeed, you have reached the region where the abandoned rebel lair is located. It's pretty quiet. You're at the south end of a broad plain bisected by a river. There is heavy forest to the west with a large rocky hill rising above it on the far side. If there were lots of rebels here, they did a very good job of concealing their presence. The road you are traveling on has not been maintained for years. You see no towers, no fortifications. There is one sign of occupation, though, a line of wood smoke rising from a camp to the north alongside the river. At least someone is here. So first, let's kill these wolves. You get close enough to the small encampment to see several warriors sitting around it. They haven't been here long, and they're pretty jumpy. When you come into view, they are on their feet, weapons ready in moments. Then you see their banners, and they get a better look at you. They're from the pack, like you. They relax, sit back down, and wait for you to approach. Okay, I like that we can't steal the other stuff, but we can take these javelins. You trade news with the soldiers of this battered blade. Being out here, far from any packed fort, is a terrifying posting. They suggest that you talk to Watcher Laron, then you can help them to get home. You find a Watcher of the packed army sitting by the campfire. The remnants of his blade of soldiers sit with him, tending to a wide variety of burns and other wounds. The mood is alert and very somber. The soldier rises to greet you. Not as many as I was hoping for, but a hand. I'm honored. I'm Watcher Laron. We are watching the road. We were exploring that rebel camp, but we're done with that. It's over to you. Tell me about yourself. What would be a friendly question under normal situations becomes menacing when a hand of Avadon asks it. We're just humble soldiers of the Cava. Nothing interesting about us. All from the Cava, not the Wild Realm? We have no hatred for our brothers and sisters in the Wild Realm, but the army keeps us separated when we serve in these lands. Watcher Laron sits by the fire and tends to the dressing on his arm. A rebel trap gave him a vicious burn. Tell me about these lands. He looks around. Lovely, yes, beautiful farmland. A waste to be fighting over it when we could just share it. He shakes his head, but nobody cares about my opinion. Anyway, it used to be lousy with rebels, but it's quiet now. We haven't explored the woods and hills much beyond finding the base. The rebels are gone? Fled, not a sign of them. They're licking their wounds after their foolish attack on Rockridge Keep. But they'll be back. Nothing of note? There's ruins of a cave village to the north, been abandoned for decades. Their copy of the stone code is still there. Outdated, though. I need to explore the rebel base. I do not envy you the task. The rebels left traps behind when they abandoned it. He looks to the south. Several recently carved gravestones are easily visible from here. We thought it would be an easy job. Clear out the tunnels, get the papers, return to Rockridge Keep. We didn't get but 2 chambers in. Tell me about the traps. The first room had a few mines. We smashed them. It was easy. The second room had a few small barrels in it. As my scouts passed them, they exploded. We dragged out the bodies, came to this camp, and sent word to Commander Odell asking for help. How do I get there? There are several instances in this area. We found one we could access. It's not far to the west, in the woods. There are 4 paths leading to it. We were able to clear the mines out of 2 of them. Have you seen any signs of packed prisoners? Sorry, no sign of anyone living down there. I will go explore it now. I do not envy you the job. It took only a few minutes in that tunnel to lose 3 friends. Do you need anything else? I'll be going now. Then we wish you good hunting, Hand of Avadon. One of the pack warriors is sitting on a log and polishing the shield. A tattered rug on the ground next to her is covered with a variety of looted equipment. She smiles when you approach. I'm Elvin of the Cava. Welcome, Hand. Elvan of the Cava. Welcome, Hand. I am trading swag. Want to buy some? You are selling looted equipment? Of course. Looting supplies is our right. Once we have them, we can do what we want with them. All these items were looted by our blade, and you are selling them. Yes, all profits will be split evenly when we return to the safety of Rockridge Keep. Cooperation. Elvan sits on her log next to a trove of looted equipment. She keeps trying to interest you in buying a dented helmet or whatever. Let me see your wares. These dented and stained bits of equipment were looted by pack soldiers during the recent unpleasantness. At the Hand of Avadon, you get a little discount. Okay, so I'll definitely take the Potion of Health and the lockpicks. Nothing else we really need, though. I'd like to sell something. And we'll sell your javelins right back to you that I took out of your crate. I don't need anything. Return if you change your mind. We aren't going anywhere soon. Okay. Whoop. Found some hostile wolves and stuff like that. steel bracers. Alright, so far we got some lizards and wolves to fight, but we'll eventually get to the rebel stuff and all the other quests in the area, since I do have them. Yeah, I have the hunting the rebels right here, Lost Caravan, and the Law Carver up there. You open the trapdoor and find a stairway underneath it. It goes down about 5 feet and is then blocked by tons of rubble. You find the ruins of a settlement. Someone tried to build a little town here. The walls were stone, so it was probably the cava. The project didn't last for long. The crumbling walls left behind have been here for decades. The only thing still intact is a copy of the stone code. It is in the center of the area, covered with grime and moss, but still intact. You enter the circle of carved stones that make up the stone code. As Law Carver Ain told you, nobody has been out here to maintain it for decades. There is a chill in the air. It is far colder inside the circle. You feel like someone or something is watching you. You wonder if you should have asked if these circles have any protective magic. Kalita shudders. To face the stone code. It feels so wrong, and yet it is our duty. You approach the first stone. All it takes is 4 scratches to nullify the code. You back away. There is some sort of defensive magic here. Best not to trifle with it. You have better things to do. Well, it is our quest, but we will get to it in the next part of Let's Play and continue more of Avadon 2. So I'll see you all in the next part.